Big body on frame luxury SUVs I'm no stranger of. I used to sell cars for Lexus, and their flagship, the LX, used to be my favorite body on frame SUV with the old LX 570, silky smooth V8 greatness, silent like a bullet train. But things have changed. I no longer work for Lexus or sell for Lexus. I still have a special place in my heart for the LX and even the Cadillac Escalade that I reviewed earlier this year with its beautiful 6.2 liter V8. But there's a new champion in town. This is the 2026 QX80 Sport. This is the new benchmark, the new standard for luxury SUVs, and today I'm going to tell you why. Hey guys, make sure to stay at the end because we're going to look for deals on the INFINITI QX80 in my area. You're going to be pleasantly surprised. We're also going to put it on the almighty spreadsheet and compare it to every single car I've reviewed this year, including the LX 700H, including the Cadillac Escalade. Let's get into it. Big body on frame SUVs need to have a big, meaty powertrain. No exception here now. It's not the old 5.6 liter V8 that had 400 horsepower. No, with this generation that came out last year, with much needed redesign, it had been over a decade since the QX80 had been redesigned, the V8 got canceled for a twin-turbo V6. Not that uncommon with today's emissions standards. Here we have the twin-turbo 3.5 liter V6 from Nissan. Think of it as a slightly smaller, slightly detuned version of the GTR's engine. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but that pedigree is still here. 400 horsepower was the old V8. This has 450 horsepower. We have 516 pound-feet of torque here compared to, well, it's over 100 pound-feet of torque more than the old V8. We've also got rid of the old 7-speed automatic on the old QX80, replaced it with a new super responsive and silky smooth 9-speed auto. You can get this QX80, believe it or not, in rear-wheel drive. Of course, this is a 4-wheel drive is how we have equipped here. I've seen upwards of 20 miles per gallon in my driving this week. The best you're probably going to see on the old V8s, 16, maybe 17 if you're really babying it. So about 20+% better fuel economy here with this twin-turbo V6, yet having better power. Looking under the hood, look at this big old mat to reduce engine noise, some foam around here. Even the battery has foam around it all the way around the sides. It's kind of in a little pillow there. Big shocks on each side. Pretty nice engine presentation. I really like the engine cover here. Sounds like a luxury vehicle. This looks like a freight train up front, and it's a beautiful design. What's new for this 2026 Sport model is this big black lip at the bottom, black accents. You're going to see this around the grille here, kind of a dark chrome. We have spider webs out here. We also have this beautiful lacy black grille. And let's talk about INFINITI redesigning their logo with this illuminated logo that has some depth to it. It is probably the best mainstream luxury logo at this point. Let me know if you guys agree. I think it exudes a luxury, exudes intention, and it really makes the front end pop. Got the piano key daytime running lights. They're separated from the nighttime lights, low beams here, high beams here, some functional air vents. Really impressive and good looking front end here on the QX80. Let's start with the wheels on this Sport model. We have 22-inch wheels. You can also get that in the autograph, but these are exclusive. This design, we have machine finish on the outside. I kind of wish that they were all black, but we have 275 width all the way around here with these 22-inch wheels. We also have air ride suspension as a jet plane flies straight overhead. All right, air ride suspension, of course, on this Sport model. You get it on some other trims like the autograph as well. And the Sport model really darkens this chrome here. The autograph will say autograph here. Okay, that's a giveaway that this is not the autograph, but I just love the roofline, love the side profile, love the roof rails that we have here. The running board here is also really nice for the kids to get in and out of this big truck. We have the door handles that pop out. Really high-end luxurious. There's smart key access on both front and rear. And with the air ride suspension, it gives you over 3.3 inches of total travel. So when you park it, it can slam down to over an inch below normal riding height. If you want to off-road this thing, yes, it's based off the Nissan Patrol. It will off-road with the best of them. It can jack up over 2 inches higher than the standard riding mode. And as impressive as the front is, we also have a very impressive rear here. Okay, okay? We have a disappearing rear windshield wiper, very clean in appearance. We have the piano keys also doubled here like the daytime running lights, but on the rear tail lights here. INFINITI kind of smoked out here, as well as the QX80. The black S, or should I say, the S is a slightly different color than the QX80, so small attention to detail there. Lets you know it has four-wheel drive. The Sport is standard four-wheel drive. These things can tow up to 8,500 pounds as well. And of course, there's going to be a spare tire underneath. Ooh, just missed the camera there. About 22 cubic feet of space here. We do have a little underfloor storage and a jack underneath of that for your spare tire. This might be where the 8-inch subwoofer is on this 24 speaker Klipsch audio, which is new for this model, okay? We have a 150 watt accessory power over here. Really enjoy that. We have some tethering spots here as well. On this side, you have motorized second and third row controls, which is kind of nice. And you also have your ride height controls back here as well, if you want to lower it to put some things in the vehicle. All right, not the most cargo space. If you want a luxury body on frame SUV with more cargo space than this, your only options are going to be maybe the Navigator, which I haven't reviewed in a long time. Haven't tested the new Navigator, so maybe that could beat this vehicle. Forgot to mention it. Haven't reviewed it this year. That can come in a super long wheelbase with extended cargo, as well as the ESV Escalade. Okay, press of a button there. Kind of does this ejector seat sort of thing. Very slow. If you don't want, ooh, that's not good. Maybe I'll stop that. I don't want to burn out the motor and get the booster seat stuck, but let's talk about rear leg space back here. Well, first of all, these seats are luxury grade back here. I'll take a picture of them. You'll see it with the stitching. They are incredible. All right, very soft. 2 cup holders on each side. I have a USB-C back here. I have a big window, amazing for the kids. And this seat's pretty far back. Great leg room. And I have seat recline right here, which is really nice. And I also press this button to eject this seat forward as well. Really clean interior. Oh, and the vent. You're not going to have a closer vent to your face. It's, well, I mean, I'm obviously oversized for this back seat. And by the way, my head barely touches. So if I just slump down a little bit without the hat on, I have enough headroom at 6'1", but like, yeah, just a really well appointed 3-seater in the back. Yes, 3 full seats. And I have a feeling this middle seat wouldn't be a penalty box, because unlike the old QX80 that had captain's chairs, they had this huge immovable center console. Now they got this small little leg rest here now. Amazing. You just have to press this button for a half second and hold it. If you tap it, it won't go back. You kind of have to hold it to go back. Oh, what a treat. Suede on the door with its dusk blue. It's a new blue and it's exclusive to this sport grade. I don't have sunshades here. That's a bit strange for such an expensive vehicle. It is privacy tinted, but yeah, you probably have to get the autograph, strangely, again, to get those shades. I have an illuminated scuff plate here. Big handle to help the kids get in. Gosh, that door with the wood, ambient lighting here, the aluminum speaker grills, just an absolutely beautiful door design. Okay, the back of this seat, super soft. A little bit hard touch here, but still soft materials, matte pockets on each side. I have climate control back here, 2 USB-Cs here, 2 right here in the middle where this tiny little cup holder is. If you want these seats to be massaging, you can get them massaging on the top autograph trim. Okay, I have the 24 speaker Klipsch audio in here, which has speakers above me. Again, another vent right here in my face. Big old panel roof, really nice interior, good space. Can I move this seat back? Yeah, I can move this seat back. And this is as far back as it goes, but the back seat is still going to have usable leg space in this configuration. A good luxury vehicle always sounds good when you shut the door. Well done INFINITI. The door, again, like the back door, incredible artisan design and craftsmanship. The wood, the stitching, the different materials, the soft touch, fantastic. Klipsch audio speaker here. Now I don't have like that really nice fuzzy suede that you might see on the autograph. I also have a little camera way up here for like a little cabin watch sort of dash cam experience. All right, steering wheel. Oh my gosh, the materials are incredible. The stitching, fantastical. INFINITI, I like how chunky it is here at the bottom. Just rest my arms on these really, really comfortable armrests and just cruise. Again, that 3D depth logo here looks great. Lexus, take note. Don't replace your amazing logo with letters that say Lexus. INFINITI has the word mark here, logo here. You can do both. It's possible and still make it look amazing. All right, now I was in a Mercedes recently, and if you just touch these buttons, they go off. No. Even though these are not true buttons, they need to be pressed in order to go off. All right, so I can control this screen over here with this scroll wheel. All right, and then I can control this screen if I want to right here with the same scroll wheel. All right, so really like this setup. Volume here, cruise control. Unfortunately, the ProPilot 2.1 is only available on autograph. You can't get it on Sport or Luxe or Pure, which is just, it's a bit strange for such an expensive car. That might be a deal breaker for some of you out there who want the best, you know, sort of safety features here. I don't care personally. Look at this camera system. It has the invisible hood, so if I start driving, the hood will disappear. And this has been a theme this week. I don't know if you saw me accidentally open up the armrest here. These can all be concealed. The cup holder, the wireless charger, the storage, but like every once in a while, I'll just be like, see, I just barely touched it with my forearm and it opens, okay? So these things are just really sensitive, and most of the time they just stay open because, well, not the back one, all right, which is felt lined, of course, all right, with a light in there. Even the accessory tray is felt lined. Beautiful. But you also have like this big front view camera too, and it can take up this screen as well. All right, if I do full screen here, look, like that's really, really cool to be able to have that sort of view. I don't know who would be using it, but I guess maybe it's a small flex. All right, so camera system in here is great. You have parking sensors, you have blind spot monitor, you have radar cruise control and lane keep. That's plenty enough for me. All right, I also have a head-up display here, which is elite in terms of brightness, clarity, where it sits. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful head-up display. All right, two 14-inch screens here. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, of course, is standard. You know, this screen is really pretty. This exact setup with slightly different software, I just test drove on the Nissan Leaf. Love the screens, love the software. It's really simple and easy to use. And yeah, before idling, I was getting 20 miles per gallon. Now I'm at 19 miles per gallon. So fuel economy pretty good here. All right, paddle shifters. I haven't used them once this week, but they're there if you want them. Volume knob. Thank you for keeping a volume knob. It's a little out of place, but it is centrally located if the passenger wants to adjust the volume. You also have seek buttons here. AC. Speaking of the next to the volume knob are these really nice vents. Great air conditioning in here. And below that is this fixed touchscreen, which is ugly. I'll say that's the ugliest thing about this vehicle, is this black, piano black, glossy, it just gets dusty and gross, okay? Now, the screen's nice. I don't mind in-screen climate control if done really well, and this is done well. Now, I think the Armada has physical climate control, which is a slight win over this, but this is a way better setup than what I had in the Cadillac Escalade, where everything was just a screen and it was just like, it was not a good experience in the new Escalade. The older Escalades were very similar to this, but with physical climate control. Anyways, I digress. This is really easy to work with, and you are given like a vibration feedback when you play with this, okay? So it's not like you don't hit it by accident and not knowing it, because it will vibrate and let you know and kind of make a little noise. Ventilated seats in here. I have massaging seats on this sport grade. It does not massage my butt, unfortunately, so they're not, honestly, it's better than nothing, but they're not that fantastic. Heated steering wheel, of course. Your drive select is just, it's not very premium looking here. And then you also have your auto ride height control button there. Memory seats on both sides, 2 settings each. That's really, really nice. outside of this, the rest of the materials in here are pretty good. Like I mentioned, on the doors is amazing. I've suede here, soft touch here, under storage here with a rubber liner. So like, they didn't skip the details. You know, this plague of glossy black bezels needs to die. And in fact, this, you know, this doesn't need to be here. I wish it was more wood. Give me more wood here. Okay, I know that they have cool INFINITI lit up over there. You know, it looks a little bit fancier, but it's just not that premium looking. And it is a bit distracting while you're driving. It's super reflective in your peripherals. All right, seat. Elite comfort here, with or without massaging seats. I also have a digital rear view mirror, which is pretty nice. All right, so let's get on the road. Does the QX80 drive as nice as it looks? And can it drive as nice to keep up with this really, really solid interior? Well, let's find out. It does have auto start stop. There's a button over here to turn it on, or should I say disable it, because the engine just turned on. Like, the engine turning on and off here is not that disruptive of an experience. It's actually really, really smooth on how it turns on and off. So well done, INFINITI, with the on off, but luckily there's just a simple button to override it here by your left knee. Ride quality here. You know, it's not quite as dreamy smooth as what you have in the Escalade or even the Suburban with the air ride suspension. It's still, you still can tell it's a bit trucky, right? It still feels like you could take this off-road, no problem. Like, I can still feel what's going on. I'm not completely removed. And that was probably by design by INFINITI. They wanted to let you know, like, what's going on, despite this having an air ride suspension and adaptive dampers. It's still a good like luxury riding experience, but it is on, I wouldn't say the bumpy end, but I wouldn't say like the soft end. It's kind of blends it. All right, but as a result, all right, I don't have a lot of turns here, but as a result, when you throw this thing in the turns, it feels really solid for such a big SUV, and like handles really well. The steering feel in here, even though it's not the old hydraulic steering of the old QX80, it still is one of the best out there in terms of steering feel in its class. So handling, steering is still razor sharp. For a vehicle like this, it's better handling than the old one, I should say, by quite a margin. All right, and should we just rattle off a 0 to 60 here? You know, with a turn there, just a butter smooth, and gosh darn, 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds, making a 90-degree right turn. It's got balls. He's got low-hanging balls, I should say, in this situation. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 6.7. Like, I don't care about 0 to 60 here. I have all the torque in the world. All right, mild press of the throttle just starts pulling hard, okay? Heavier press of the throttle, it's just a really responsive powertrain, and it is really smooth. Does it sound as good as old V8? Of course not, but you have a lot more response out of it. It never seems like it's working as hard as the old V8. It's just really, really, really smooth of an engine, okay? And let's see if we can take this at speed. All the brakes here, A+. No, we can't take it at speed because that dump truck was really slow, but it just feels so solid in the turns for a high body on frame vehicle. Just well done. And just from a stop, this thing, it almost has so much torque that it's hard to modulate at lower speeds. I found that out in stop and go traffic this morning, taking my kids to school. Like, you're on auto brake hold and you just blip the gas to get out of the auto brake hold, and it'll jump forward because of all the torque really low down in the RPM. So that's not really a con. It's just something you gotta live with. She likes to party all the time with how this is, how much boosted torque you have at low RPMs. All right. Luxury SUVs need to be quiet. Now I have acoustic glass here. I'm sure the windshield is as well, but I do not have acoustic glass for the passenger doors, and I would assume that is a part of the autograph. Does that stop this from being quiet? No, I would say I can hear cars going by. It's not the most quiet vehicle I've ever been in, but for its class, it's absolutely acceptable. All right. If you want it to be quiet, the quietest experience, maybe get that autograph where you, you know, your back windows are probably laminated as well. All right. Engine, like I said, super smooth. And when I come to a stop, I have auto stop off. So I'm going to come to a stop. Brake feedback is elite here. Really strong brake pedal. What a beautiful idle. You can barely hear the engine idling. No vibrations in here at all. Okay, none. Really, really, really smooth idle. That's what you're expecting from a luxury SUV experience. And if Nissan found a way to make an extended version of this, whether it's in the Armada, here in the QX80 would be nice too, to fight against the Escalades and Navigators, I think it would be extremely helpful. I think they could do it, but again, resources are very thin at Nissan right now. That's like the only complaint I can think about, the only real complaint. Yes, there's a little glossy black here. Is it a deal breaker? No. I don't have physical climate control, but it hasn't been an issue at all. I'm never messing with this climate control, and when I am, it's really easy to mess with, okay? So like, it's not an issue. Ice cold AC, it's not an issue, okay? I don't have any major complaints about the QX80. In fact, there's just so many things to praise about it in terms of its looks. It's fun, yet luxury ride quality. It's incredibly powerful engine and smooth operation. It's insane level of detail with the materials. The huge jump in packaging with the second and third row. Yes, this can seat up to 8 seats, okay? It is a home run in execution. Well done, INFINITI. Well done, Nissan, right? The Armada I love just as much as this truck. And I would take this over any other vehicle in its large SUV body on frame class. Let's get to the office. Time to shop some deals in my area on the QX80. And man, look at the first one here. 15 grand off of MSRP. This is not even the base grade. This is the Lux. It has the air ride suspension on it, ventilated seats, leather. Okay, the base grade, the pure, comes with the tailor fit seats, which are really, really nice. They're really soft. I haven't actually tested that in a QX80, but the Nissan Leaf has the exact same tailor-made sort of material, so I know that they're also very comfortable on the base grade. Speaking of the base grade, I wonder, like, there's not that many. There's only 14 in my area compared to like 96 of the Lux. So the Lux is definitely, and then followed by the Sport in terms of most demand. All right, the Autograph, the most expensive grade there. We could see some big discounts, but I don't think the Autograph is a good buy when like the Sport has massaging seats, right? So the Autograph, just, yes, the interior is really, really nice with the quilting and everything. But anyways, let's look at the Lux here. 80,000 on a Lux. Okay, 84,000, about 15 grand off of MSRP. Guys, it's a really, really good buy in the luxury segment. Sports just came out, and there's a ton of Sports already on the market. I'm not seeing discounts on them quite yet. So if you're looking, doesn't mean you can't get one. They're just not being advertised with a discount. All right, let's look at Autographs right now. Autograph, about $5 grand discount. Is that really the best? Yeah, they're not really seemingly discounting Autographs as much nearly as the Lux and the Pure models. That's probably where the majority is going to be, the Lux and the Pure. Okay. Your Armada. Here's the thing. The Armada is about 95% as good as a QX80, but it costs a lot less. You get the Pro 4X for $75K. Killer deal. And in some ways I like how the Armada looks over the INFINITI. The INFINITI looks a little bit more regal, but man, I do really like the more boxy straight lines here of the Armada. Oh man, Armada's just great. Platinum Reserve here, guys. This is like 99% the same as the INFINITI. I don't have interior pictures, but it's just a really, really good buy. So if you're like, hey, I want the QX80, but I mean, 74K for Pro 4X, great great deal. Anyways, love the Armada. So you have your choice with a Nissan badge or an INFINITI badge. One's going to have a little bit more class to it. One's just going to be a little bit more stealth wealth. QX80, there's no stealth wealth about it. People know you have money. All right. Armada, there's like, oh, it's a Nissan. All right. So if you're like a pastor or something and you don't want to flex too hard, yeah, maybe get the Nissan. Okay. LX. What about the LX hybrid? Well, the engine's really good now with the hybrid setup. Super, super duper smooth. Overall, this vehicle is smoother than the QX80 just by a hair, but it's so compromised with the space on the inside. I don't like the materials as much as I do and the layout as much as I do in the INFINITI. And yeah, I would not be touching the non-hybrid LX. So the INFINITI is better than the LX. All right. Both of them would be amazing off-road if you needed to take them off-road. Cadillac Escalade. I also reviewed this year. I think it used to be one of the best in segment, but they completely have ruined the interior on these. They've become a complete touchscreen interior. And I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. They ruined it. They ruined the Escalade. It used to have such a really, really intuitive interior. And these seats, like if you get the executive package on the Escalade, the massaging seats, they're terrible. Okay, the seats don't move at all. They're just bricks and they take up a ton of space. So not a fan of the Escalade now. It's sad. I love the V8 in it, but the V8 can only carry it so long. You know, I'd rather have a Suburban. Give me a Suburban with a better usable interior and end of discussion. Okay, so let's get to the spreadsheet. QX80, where is it? It's S tier. It's a nicer Armada just by a hair. Okay, Armada's a better, I would say Armada's a better buy, but if you want to be flexing on people, the Armada's not much of a flex. QX80 is definitely a flex. Classy, spacious, amazing powertrain, great materials, great packaging in terms of your different trim levels, and great standard equipment as well. It is the luxury SUV benchmark. I can't spell benchmark. I said bench. Jeez. Okay, so let's put it in S tier again. Remember, S tier in any of my tiers, there's no really rhyme or reason to the order here. Let's just put it right below the Armada. Again, no rhyme or reason to the order. They're all take my money sort of vehicles. Yes, the Armada and QX80 are take my money. They are unbelievable. I mean, I didn't say much about the Armada. It's a Land Cruiser killer. Absolutely. You could call it a Tahoe killer. A Tahoe's pretty good though. Again, I wouldn't say it's a Tahoe killer because the Suburban right here, even though I wouldn't touch it in the RST trim, it's still amazing. It's so good. The QX80 is my pick for a luxury SUV in today's market. It's just unbelievably good and very satisfying, and it's beautiful, and it's well appointed on the inside. All right. No vehicle is perfect. They could get rid of some of that glossy black plastic, but that is a small complaint there about the QX80. Let me know if you guys agree with this, disagree. I love when vehicles get on the S tier because it gives me hope that there is really solid vehicles out there that are still worth every single penny. And what makes it even better is the QX80 can be had for 15 grand off. Come on. They are discounted, and you guys are going to be very, very, very happy if you pick a QX80. I don't think anyone would have any regrets picking this incredible, beastly luxury SUV. It is my favorite luxury SUV that I've driven this year. Not saying luxury CUV, right? Like GV80, XC90, those are crossovers. I'm talking body on frame, real macho body on frame with incredible off-road ability. Not saying anyone's taking it off-road, but it can. And that's a flex in its own right to know that you have that capability and not needing to use it. But it's fantastic. Thank you guys. I'll see you in the comments. And would you pick this over a Cadillac Escalade? Would you pick it over a Lexus LX and save a lot of money in the process?
no brainer. And if you want to see my review on that LX and Cadillac, click the videos around my face. I'll try to get those videos in the little ending captions for you guys so you can check those out right now. Have a great day. Take care.